Good morning. Listen to me. Too many people wake up every morning with big dreams but no execution. They talk about what they want to do, what they plan to do, but when the day is over, nothing has changed. Let me tell you something. Your dreams don't care about your excuses. Your goals don't care about how you feel. The only thing that matters is whether you get it done. Excuses are the silent killers of dreams. Every day, people wake up with big ambitions, powerful ideas, and a vision of success, yet they remain stuck. They tell themselves they'll start tomorrow, next week, or when the timing feels right. But the truth is, the timing will never feel right, and the longer they wait, the further they drift from their goals. Execution is the only thing that matters. No matter how great the idea, how brilliant the strategy, or how passionate the dream, without execution, none of it holds any value. People often convince themselves that they need more preparation before they can take action. They believe they need the perfect plan, the right support, or ideal circumstances. This mindset is what separates the successful from the stagnant. Those who achieve great things understand that execution must happen even when conditions aren't perfect. They take action in uncertainty, in discomfort, and in fear. They push forward even when they feel unprepared because they know progress comes from movement, not from waiting for the stars to align. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles to execution. The fear of failure, the fear of judgment, the fear of not being good enough. These fears paralyze people. Instead of stepping forward, they hesitate. They let doubt creep in and take control, whispering lies about why they should wait, why they aren't ready, why they should play it safe. But those who succeed are the ones who act in spite of their fear. They understand that failure is not a stopping point, but a stepping stone. They embrace mistakes as lessons, setbacks as fuel, and obstacles as opportunities. Procrastination disguises itself as preparation. People tell themselves they are researching, planning, learning, but planning without action is just another form of avoidance. They read books, watch videos, take courses, and gather knowledge, yet they never apply what they've learned. They stay in the comfort zone of preparation, convincing themselves that they are making progress when in reality, they are standing still. Those who execute don't just consume information, they implement it. They learn by doing, by failing, by adjusting, and by growing through experience. Success is not about what you say you will do. It's about what you actually do. The world doesn't reward ideas. It rewards results. Nobody cares how much potential you have if you never use it. Nobody remembers the person who almost started, who almost made it, who almost took action. The ones who leave a mark are the ones who did. They didn't wait for permission. They didn't wait for everything to be perfect. They simply decided to move forward no matter what. Execution is a mindset. It's the ability to wake up every morning and do what needs to be done regardless of how you feel. It's about discipline, about showing up even when motivation is low. Motivation comes and goes, but discipline keeps you going when the excitement fades. Discipline is what separates those who succeed from those who give up at the first sign of difficulty. Every person who has achieved something great had a moment when they could have made an excuse, when they could have given in to fear, when they could have waited, but they didn't. They took action, they moved forward, they executed, even when it was hard, even when they weren't sure, even when the odds were against them, because they knew that execution, not excuses, is the key to success. People spend so much time waiting for the right moment, the right opportunity, the right feeling. They tell themselves that when things settle down, when they have more money, when they have more time, then they will start. But the problem is time doesn't wait. Life doesn't pause while you get ready. Every second spent waiting is a second lost forever. And the people who succeed are the ones who understand that action must come before readiness. There is never going to be a perfect time. The conditions will never be just right. There will always be distractions, responsibilities, and obstacles. People fool themselves into thinking that if they wait long enough, life will clear a path for them. But that's not how success works. Success comes to those who take the first step, even when they're scared, even when they don't have all the answers, even when they don't feel fully prepared. It comes to those who are willing to take risks, make mistakes, and figure things out along the way. The problem with waiting is that it creates a habit. The more a person puts things off, the easier it becomes to keep doing it. They get comfortable in their hesitation. They tell themselves that tomorrow will be different, that they'll finally take action next week, next month, next year. But if a person doesn't start today, they probably won't start tomorrow either. The habit of waiting becomes a lifestyle, and before they know it, years have passed and they are still standing in the same place, dreaming about things they should have already achieved. There is power in momentum. The first step is always the hardest, but once movement begins, it becomes easier to keep going. The people who succeed are the ones who stop overthinking and just start. They don't have all the answers. They don't have everything figured out, but they take action. And because of that, they learn, they grow, they adjust, they improve, they get better because they are in motion while everyone else is still waiting for permission to begin. The world is full of people with great ideas. People who could write best-selling books, start world-changing businesses, and achieve incredible things. But most never do because they let hesitation steal their dreams. They let fear convince them that they need more time, that they aren't ready yet. They watch others succeed and wonder why it's not happening for them, not realizing that the only difference between them and those who make it is execution. People don't fail because they aren't talented or smart enough. They fail because they never start. They let opportunities slip away, thinking more will come, but success doesn't wait. The people who win in life are the ones who move fast, who take action when the opportunity presents itself, who stop worrying about what might go wrong and start focusing on what could go right. Perfection is an illusion. There will always be flaws, challenges, and things to fix, but that's not a reason to wait. People who succeed start messy, start small, start with whatever they have. They don't wait for the perfect time because they know it will never come. They understand that the only way to make progress is to begin, to take that first imperfect step and build from there. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is simple: action. The ones who succeed don't let fear, doubt, or uncertainty hold them back. They understand that waiting does nothing but waste time, and time is the one thing that can never be replaced. So they take action no matter what. Success isn't about who's the smartest, the most talented, or the most gifted. It's about who shows up every single day and does the work. Consistency is what separates those who make it from those who don't. The people who succeed are the ones who commit to the process, not just when it's easy, not just when they feel motivated, but every single day, no matter what. They understand that results don't come from occasional effort. They come from relentless discipline. Most people start strong. They get excited. They feel inspired. They make big plans. But when the excitement fades, when things get hard, when progress isn't immediate, they stop. They tell themselves they'll start again later, but later never comes. They wait for motivation to return, but motivation is temporary. It's easy to be motivated when everything is going well. But true success comes from doing the work when you don't feel like it, when you're tired, when no one is watching, when nothing seems to be paying off yet. The people who win are the ones who push through the days when they don't feel like it. They understand that showing up, even on their worst days, is what creates long-term success. They know that consistency isn't about being perfect, it's about refusing to quit. They don't rely on inspiration, they rely on discipline. They don't make excuses, they make progress. Every action, no matter how small, adds up. Growth happens through repetition. The best athletes don't train only when they feel like it. The best entrepreneurs don't work only when they're excited. The best artists don't create only when inspiration strikes. They show up every day, put in the hours, and get better over time. The reason they succeed isn't because they are naturally gifted, it's because they refuse to stop. They understand that every day they show up, they are getting stronger, sharper, and more skilled, even if they don't see the results immediately. Most people quit before they ever see results. They try something for a week, a month, maybe a few months. But the moment it gets tough or the progress slows, they stop. They look at those who are successful and think they got lucky, but what they don't see is the years of unseen effort. They don't see the late nights, the early mornings, the sacrifices, the setbacks, the moments of doubt that were overcome. They don't realize that every successful person once stood exactly where they are. Feeling frustrated, feeling like nothing was working, but they kept going anyway. Consistency builds momentum. The hardest part is starting, but once you commit to showing up daily, it becomes a habit. When something becomes a habit, it no longer requires willpower. It becomes part of who you are. The most successful people don't wake up and decide whether they feel like working, they just do it. They don't give themselves an option to slack off because they've made execution a non-negotiable part of their identity. Most people underestimate how much they can achieve if they just stay consistent. They look for shortcuts, quick fixes, and overnight success, but none of that lasts. What lasts is effort repeated over time. The best never stop learning, never stop improving, never stop pushing forward. They understand that success isn't built in a day, a week, or even a year. It's built through years of consistent action, of showing up no matter what. Pain is part of the process. Struggle is part of the journey. There is no success without discomfort, no growth without challenges, no victory without setbacks. The difference between those who achieve their goals and those who don't is simple. The ones who win are the ones who push past the pain. They don't stop when it gets hard. They don't quit when they feel tired. They don't make excuses when obstacles appear. They keep going no matter what. Most people give up at the first sign of difficulty. They start something with excitement, but the moment it becomes uncomfortable, they stop. They convince themselves that maybe it's not meant for them, that maybe they aren't good enough, that maybe they should try something else. But the truth is, nothing great comes without struggle. If it were easy, everyone would do it. If it didn't require sacrifice, everyone would have it. But success demands effort, endurance, and an ability to endure pain without breaking. The most successful people in the world have all faced challenges. They have all been knocked down. They have all had moments where they wanted to quit. The difference is they didn't. They understood that pain is temporary, but quitting lasts forever. They knew that every struggle, every hardship, every failure was shaping them, preparing them, making them stronger. They embraced the struggle instead of running from it. Pain is a test. It's the universe asking, how bad do you really want this? Most people say they want success, but when they feel discomfort, they back down. They look for an easier path. But the truth is, the easy path leads nowhere. The only way to grow is to push through. The only way to win is to keep fighting, even when every part of you wants to stop. Discomfort is a sign of progress. When you push past your limits, you grow. When you do what's hard, you become stronger. When you keep moving forward despite the pain, you develop resilience. And resilience is what separates the average from the extraordinary. It's easy to work hard when things are going well, but true strength is shown when you keep pushing, even when everything is against you. Most people never reach their full potential because they avoid pain. They look for comfort, for shortcuts, for an easier way. But comfort zones are where dreams die. If you never push past your limits, you will never know how far you can go. Every time you avoid discomfort, you are choosing to stay the same. But every time you push through, you become stronger, tougher, and more prepared for the next challenge. There will always be moments when you feel like giving up, when you feel exhausted, discouraged, or defeated, but those moments are where the breakthrough happens. Those moments are where you build the mindset that will carry you to success. If you quit every time it gets hard, you will never know what you were truly capable of. But if you push through, if you keep going when everything in you is screaming to stop, you will become unstoppable. Nothing worth having comes easy. The greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the strongest leaders, all of them have endured pain. They have all made sacrifices. They have all suffered losses, but they didn't let it stop them. They used the pain as fuel. They turned their struggles into strength. They understood that every challenge was not a barrier, but a stepping stone. They didn't avoid the pain, they embraced it, and because of that, they became great. Time is the most valuable resource you have, yet most people treat it like it's unlimited. They waste hours, days, even years, thinking they have plenty of time to achieve their dreams, not realizing that every second that passes is a second they will never get back. Time is non-refundable. Once it's gone forever. Successful people understand this. They know that every moment is an opportunity to move closer to their goals or further away from them. They don't take time for granted. They don't waste it on distractions, on meaningless activities, on things that don't align with their vision. They use every second wisely. Most people operate with the mindset of postponement. They say they'll start tomorrow, next week, or next year. They convince themselves that they have all the time in the world, but time is not promised. Nobody knows how much time they have left. Waiting is the biggest mistake a person can make because tomorrow is never guaranteed. The only time you have control over is right now. What you do in this moment determines where you will be in the future. Those who succeed don't wait for the perfect time. They create it by taking action immediately. The way you spend your time reflects what you truly value. Many people say they want success, but their actions tell a different story. They spend hours scrolling through social media, watching TV, hanging out with people who don't push them to be better. They waste time complaining, making excuses, and avoiding the hard work that is necessary for growth. Then they wonder why they aren't where they want to be. The truth is, success is a result of how you invest your time. If you spend your time on things that don't contribute to your future, you can't expect to achieve great things. People often underestimate how much time they waste. A few minutes here, a few minutes there, it all adds up. Before they know it, years have passed and they are still in the same place, living the same life with the same regret. They look at successful people and think they were lucky or had more opportunities. But the reality is that successful people simply manage their time better. They prioritize what mattered. They eliminated distractions. They focus on what would move them forward instead of what would provide temporary pleasure. Regret is one of the most painful things a person can experience. There is nothing worse than looking back and realizing you wasted time, that you could have done more, that you let opportunities slip away because you weren't focused. The pain of discipline is temporary, but the pain of regret lasts forever. Successful people choose discipline over regret. They understand that every sacrifice they make today will pay off in the future. They don't let distractions steal their destiny. They don't allow themselves to waste time on things that don't matter. Most people think they need more time when in reality, they just need to use their time better. Everyone has the same 24 hours in a day, yet some people achieve greatness while others accomplish nothing. The difference is in how they use their time. The ones who succeed treat time like gold. They schedule their days with intention. They wake up with a plan. They know what they need to do and they do it without hesitation. They don't let time control them. They take control to their time. The biggest enemy of success is wasted time. Every second spent procrastinating is a second that could have been used to move forward. The greatest achievers in history didn't have more time than anyone else. They just refused to waste it. They understood that time is the one thing they could never get back, so they made every moment count. Commitment is the foundation of success. Without it, nothing happens. Without it, dreams remain dreams, plans remain plans, and potential remains untapped. The people who succeed are not the ones who are the most talented or the most fortunate. They are the ones who are the most committed. They treat their goals like life or death situations, because in many ways they are. The life you want, the success you desire, and the legacy you hope to leave all depend on how committed you are to making them happen. Most people are only committed when it's convenient. They work hard when they feel motivated. They show up when it's easy, and they give their best effort when everything is going smoothly. But the moment things get tough, the moment they face resistance, the moment they feel uncomfortable, they pull back. They start making excuses. They start looking for an easier way. They start questioning whether they really want it. That's why most people never achieve greatness, because they only commit halfway. They say they want success, but they aren't willing to sacrifice for it. True commitment means doing whatever it takes. It means showing up every day, no matter how you feel. It means pushing through the days when you don't have energy, when you don't have motivation, when everything seems to be working against you. It means refusing to quit, no matter how many times you fail, no matter how long it takes, no matter how many obstacles stand in your way. The people who achieve their goals are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who refuse to give up. Commitment requires sacrifice. You can't have success and comfort at the same time. You can't hold on to bad habits and expect to reach the next level. You can't surround yourself with distractions and expect to stay focused. You can't do the bare minimum and expect extraordinary results. Every person who has ever achieved greatness has made sacrifices along the way. They gave up sleep, they gave up social events, they gave up temporary pleasure because they knew that nothing worth having comes without a cost. Most people don't fail because they lack potential. They fail because they lack commitment. They start strong, but the moment they face difficulty, they hesitate. They start looking for shortcuts, hoping to find an easier path. But success has no shortcuts. It demands full dedication. It requires an unshakable mindset, a relentless work ethic, and an unwillingness to settle for anything less than what you set out to achieve. Commitment is not just about working hard, it's about staying focused. Most people get distracted by things that don't matter. They start comparing themselves to others. They start chasing things that have nothing to do with their goals. They allow negativity, doubt, and fear to slow them down. But the ones who succeed are the ones who lock in. They block out the noise. They focus only on what moves them forward. They don't waste time worrying about what others are doing. They don't let setbacks shake their belief. They stay locked in on the mission no matter what. There will always be reasons to quit. There will always be obstacles, challenges, and moments of doubt. The road to success is filled with difficulties. That's why so few people make it to the top, because they let those difficulties break them instead of using them to grow. But the ones who win are the ones who refuse to back down. They make a decision that no matter what happens, no matter how hard it gets, they will keep going. They don't wait for opportunities to come to them, they create them. They don't wait for the right moment, they make every moment count. They don't let fear control them, they push forward despite it. No more waiting, no more excuses. No more second guessing. The time to move is now. The time to act is now. Nobody is going to hand you success. Nobody is going to do the work for you. If you want it, you have to go and get it. There will be days when you feel like giving up. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when fear tries to stop you, when the road ahead looks too long. But those are the moments that define you. Those are the moments that separate the average from the unstoppable. You have everything you need inside you, the strength, the resilience, the drive. It's already there, but it's up to you to use it. It's up to you to get up every day and fight for what you want. It's up to you to take control of your future and refuse to let anything hold you back. The ones who win are not the ones who had it easy. They are the ones who refuse to quit. They are the ones who kept going when everything in them wanted to stop. They are the ones who showed up every day, put in the work, and never let failure define them. So now the choice is yours. Will you keep waiting, keep hesitating, keep making excuses, or will you step up, take action, and make it happen? This is your time, your moment, your life. Get it done.